Good morning and welcome to the Rehab Christian Center Sunday morning virtual experience. I am Dr. Zeb and it's good to be here with you virtually this morning, and certainly hopeful that your morning is off to a tremendous start. It is good to be here, and thank you. Start saying good morning in the chat area. I am grateful to be with you this morning and grateful that you are tuning in. I tell you, Instagram is jumping on. Instagram church is on time today. They are rolling in. And so Facebook, YouTube, let's go. Let's get it started. I've got a very powerful message for you today, and not going to be before you long. I know I say that every week and I end up being before you long, but I'm not going to lie today. I'm going to try my best to honor that. But it's good to be here with you, and certainly hopeful that you've been having a tremendous weekend and that all is well with you and everything concerning you. I'm glad to be here, and so grateful that of all the places you could have tuned in or gone this morning, that you're here today. So I want you to start sharing this video, liking this video. I want you to start tagging this video. Tell people to get up, tune in this morning. We are excited to be here with you, and just grateful to see another Sunday, very cold Sunday here on the East Coast, at least this morning anyway, but grateful for some warmer weather that's on the way. And again, just grateful to have you with us on this Super Sunday. This is Super Sunday. This is our first Sunday of the month, and it's always Super Sunday for us. And we always sow a $99 seed on Super Sunday to continue to advance the objectives, the goals of our ministry. And so grateful for those of you that have consistently supported over the last 2 years. I'm grateful for you and so thankful for your support. So start tagging this video, sharing this video, tell people to tune in. And I'm going to run through the networks really quickly, and we're going to get right into it, the word on this morning. But again, just so grateful to have you here and want you to start tagging this video, sharing this video, and tell everybody to tune in because we got a powerful word today. Reset your standards. It's going to be powerful. And I'm excited to share this one with you. I think you're going to really enjoy it. All right, let's get through the networks. Facebook, good morning to you. It's good to see you virtually. Those of you that are tuned in via Facebook, thank you so much for joining us this morning. If you're on Facebook, do me a favor, make sure you say good morning in the chat area, number one. Number two, I want you to like this video. If you really enjoy our broadcast, I want you to hold down that like button, turn it to a love button. I want you to hit that share button, hit the @ symbol, and tag 5 of your closest friends, family members, and tell them to tune in this morning. Something is not agreeing with my nose. Tell them to tune in this morning and share in with us, and we will really be grateful for that on today. Facebook, do me a favor, start sharing this video, start tagging people into this video, tell them to tune in. So grateful for your support. I'm so grateful that you've tuned in with us on this morning. Instagram, good morning to you. You all showed up at church earlier than everybody else. I'm so impressed and still coming in. But it's good to see you, Instagram. Those of you that are tuned in on Instagram, make sure you say good evening or good morning, rather, in the chat area. I want you to fill this broadcast up with hearts. Let me know you're tuned in, that you can hear me well. And then I want you to hit that @ symbol, Instagram, and tag 5 of your friends, followers, and tell them to tune in on this morning. Would you do that? I want you to invite somebody to virtual church this morning. And we know they are going to be blessed on this awesome, good Super Sunday. And so tag this video, share this video, Instagram, if you would, fill it up with hearts, say good morning, and let's get ready to dive into an awesome message. Reset your standards is going to be powerful. And I'm so grateful that you've tuned in with us today. I'm so grateful that you've tuned in today, and just so excited to see you. Instagram, YouTube, good morning to you. Those of you that are tuned in via YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can find us on YouTube at TheREHABCC. That's at TheREHABCC on YouTube. You can find us there. And if you would, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then I want you to like this video. If you're watching on YouTube, like this video. I want you to hit that share button, and I want you to tag some people. We have a lot of followers that are not on any social media platform but YouTube. And so I am grateful to you for tuning in faithfully every week. Make sure you say good morning in the chat area so that we can see that. And then also, again, hit that share button. And I want you to tag some people, share that video with people, and tell them to tune in and let them know that the Rehab Christian Center is live and on the air this Sunday morning, Super Sunday morning for us. And just again, so grateful to have all of you tuned in, locked in with us this morning. This is going to be a very powerful message. Reset your standards. I'm excited to teach it and excited to be here with you on today. Listen, if you have not already, make sure you share our flyer that's on social media. We'll be back in the building May the 15th. Back in the building May the 15th, and excited, looking forward to seeing you there. Those of you that will be there, had some very good conversations over the last couple of weeks with some people involved really in this launch and relaunch, and just excited to see you back in the building, in the place, and excited for this hybrid approach to ministry that we're going to take. God has indeed called us to be trailblazers. And I love operating in paths that nobody's been in before. It's something that turns me on about doing something that nobody else is doing. And I'm excited about this. It's going to be a blessed time. It's going to be a powerful time, both in person and virtually. Again, for those of you that have tuned in over the last 2 years, I've made you this promise that I would certainly not leave this format. So many of you from all over the country literally tune in every week, watch the replay every week, and you're empowered by the messages that we share. And we're going to continue to do that for you and continue to operate in this space. And just so grateful for that. And so we ain't going nowhere. We will see you second and fourth Sundays right here. And we're going to see you first and thirds. Our intention is to live stream our first and third experiences as well. And so it's going to be great. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about innovation. I think when innovation and inspiration connect, beautiful things happen. And that is something I'm incredibly excited about. So can't wait to see you. We'll see you soon. But do me a favor, if you are tuned in, make sure you share the video. Make sure you tag this video, tag somebody. Let's get ready to do our declaration this morning. If I can get all of my screens together, so much going on today on this awesome Super Sunday. But let's get ready to get into our declaration. I'm excited to be here. I want to certainly, again, wish my mom a happy birthday. She is turning 65 today. And Lord knows if I can just keep myself together and look like that at 65, I'm gonna be all right. She is really blessed, and God has really been good to her, and just so grateful that she is seeing year number 65 today. And so, Mama, if you are tuned in, happy birthday to you and love you. And I think my Uncle James might be watching as well, who's in from Pennsylvania. And good morning to both of you, and just grateful for you, Mom, and another year of life for you. Let's go through the declaration. All right. Let's get into this declaration. We want to get into this word today. If this is your first time tuning into the Rehab Christian Center, you would know. You would not know, but every Sunday we walk through our declaration. People ask, what does REHAB stand for? Well, it stands for Restore, Evangelize, Hope, Alternatives, Breakthrough. It is the 5 pillars by which our ministry operates. And we always walk through the declaration on Sundays because it really is an opportunity for us to set the tone for our week. We know that the power of life and death is in the things that we say. And we always want to make sure that we are setting the tone by saying the right things. And so we're going to start this morning with our declaration. And so you should see it on your screen, regardless of the network that you are on. You should see it on your screen. And let's walk through it. I'm going to read it slow. I'm going to pause so that you can repeat after me, and carry this declaration that we say this morning with you throughout the week, and just watch amazing, miraculous things begin to happen for you. All right, let's go through it. Restore. Say it with me. We declare that everything that is broken, lost, hurt, or destroyed that belongs to us and has been designed by God is restored. My faith is restored. My joy is restored. My mind is restored. Even my lost time is restored. I am no longer broken. The fact that I'm alive means I have another chance. My faith has restored me. And right now, His love is making me whole. Evangelize. Say it with me. We declare that God helped us so we can help somebody else. He loved me when I was unlovable. He changed me when I was a mess. His love lifted me when I was down. I am not perfect, but I'm free. And anything that came for me can't keep me. Because I'm free, my circle is next. My family is saved. My friends are blessed. My plans are successful. My goals are ahead of schedule. And anything connected to me is blessed just like me. Hope, say it with me. We declare that everything that is missing is not lost. In Jesus, I have hope. And this hope makes me confident. It doesn't matter what happens to me or around me, I'm going to win. My relationships are winning. My goals are winning. My family is winning. My neighbor is winning. This city will win, and my row has the victory. My past is defeated, and my future is brighter today than it was yesterday. Alternatives. Say it with me. We declare that God made us different. I'm a royal child, the light of the world, and the hope of my city. I respect the past, but I don't look like what I've been through. I love the church, and my life is balanced. I love coming to church, but I like flights, bloats, and vacations. My whole life is blessed. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a lender, not a borrower. And every place I go belongs to me. Breakthrough. Say it with me. We declare that God has a breakthrough with our name on it. I have some challenges, but I am not defeated. No weapon formed against me can prosper. And I know that all things are working for my good. Things are not breaking down. They're about to break through. There is a breakthrough in my career. There is a breakthrough in my home. There is a breakthrough in my health. There is a breakthrough in my finances. I am here on purpose, for a purpose, and everything that went wrong is getting ready to turn around. Did you make that declaration with us today? If you did, if you repeated any of that today, I want you to type in the comments really quickly. It's going to get better. Come on, quickly. It's going to get better. If you made any of those declarations on this morning, I want you to type it in the comments. It's going to get better. I want you to know today that your life gets better the minute your language changes. Life ain't going to get better and then your language changes. You have to change your language in order to see your life get better. And so many of you are waiting to speak positively over your life when things get better. The reality is you got to speak positive before it gets better. And the formula, the real key to seeing things get better in your life, to seeing things move forward in your life, to see things happen and prosper in your life, is to begin to speak those things before they occur and watch them then begin to come to play into your life. I want you to type it in the comments quickly. If you have not already, it's going to get better. If you have not invited somebody to church, I want you to tag them. Hit the @ symbol, tag them, and tell them it's going to get better. And we certainly believe that on today. I know for a fact that everything concerning you, your life, your career, your family, your health, your relationships, whatever, your business, whatever is concerning you, I want you to be encouraged today to know that things are going to get better in your life. And you got to walk in that. You got to believe that today like never before. And we know you're going to see that. Listen, really quickly, before I get into the message, wow, I didn't even realize I still got breakthrough on the screen. Before I get into the message, let me just say this to you quickly. We are going to need volunteers. We are about to start cleaning our building, and we're going to need volunteers. Those of you that are interested in meeting us at the building to help clean the building, we're going to need volunteers for this. We've got a nice sized building and that we use, and we're going to need some volunteers to help us clean it. If you're interested in volunteering, I want you to email your name, email address to info@rehabcc.org. That's info@rehabcc.org. You can email your name and contact information at info@rehabcc.org. And two of our lead volunteers will reach out to you to get you some information about when we will meet at the church to clean and prep and begin to prep the building. We've got some small things we've got to do to get prepared there. And so if you're interested in helping to volunteer to clean, help send an email to info@rehabcc.org. That's info@rehabcc.org. If you would do that, we will receive it. Just put your information there. You can put in the subject line volunteer, and somebody will reach out to you and get you some information about when we will plan to meet there to clean and prepare the building. This ain't a glamorous job. This ain't no microphone involved in this, but it is a necessary one. And I told the board and some great fine folks yesterday that I come from a school where when people even started in ministry, they didn't start on the stage. They started in the bathroom. They started in the kitchen. It's old school, I know. But some of the best ministers, some of the best speakers first are some of the best servants. And I'm telling you from personal experience that my ability to teach started with my ability to make hot dogs in the kitchen. And some of y'all won't even understand what I'm getting at. My ability to teach and explain this started with my ability to grab a mop and a broom and get busy in a bathroom. And that's really where leadership and service starts. And so I ain't telling you something that I don't do and that I don't believe in. And so if you're interested in doing that, email your information to info@rehabcc.org. And somebody will reach out to you, get you some information. We are slowly putting some pieces together. So many things to get done between now and then, but we're moving along and excited about it. Now, put it in the comments quickly. Today's subject, reset your standards. Reset your standards. I don't see Sister Michelle on Instagram. She's normally talking junk by now, so she's not probably on. Somebody nudge her and tell her to wake up. Sister Michelle is notorious for oversleeping. But somebody nudge her. Lord, she's going to get me for calling her out. Nudge her and tell her to wake up. Put in the comments, reset your standards. That's what we're dealing with today. And this is going to be powerful. I'm going to be coming from Isaiah chapter 59, verse 18 through 19, Swan in the King James Version. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 18 through 19 in the King James Version. Reset your standards is the topic. Make sure you say good morning. And I'm excited to teach this message today. It's going to be a powerful one. And I am excited about Super Sunday. Yes, Super Sunday. This is Super Sunday. And we are giving a $99 seed. We do it every single Super Sunday. We give a $99 seed to continue to advance the ministry and the things that we're doing. And it's so critical now as we're preparing back into the building. I was talking to my brother yesterday about some things, and there's always hidden costs that come up when you're doing things with technology and all kinds of other things. And so your $99 seed goes a very long way and will go a very long way in helping us to prepare for this relaunch on May the 15th. So that $99 seed today, help us continue to do what we do and do it even better in the future. Reset your standards is the topic today. I'm in Isaiah chapter 59, verse 18 through 19. My neck is not and shoulder is not agreeing with me today. I don't know what's going on. But Isaiah chapter 59, verse 18 through 19. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 18 through 19 is where we are. Okay. And this is going to be powerful, and just so grateful to have you with us on today. Reset your standards. Now, let me give you this. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 18 through 19. I want to read these quickly. Then I want to get into the text because I've got a lot of ground to cover, and I've got to do this in 45 minutes today. No kidding. All right. Now, look at this. Verse number 18. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. Look at verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood. Here we go. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard. This is important. We repeat that text in church. You probably, if you've grown up in church, been around church at any significant period of time, Swan, I'm going to hurt you. Oh God, I got to get focused. If you have ever been in church in any significant, y'all just forgive me, forgive my board members. These folks they have my personality. I promise you they do. They got it honest. I can't even fuss at them because they crazy like me for real. If you've grown up in church in any significant period of time, you would know, you probably heard that phrase, or that scripture, when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord lift up a standard, right? We've heard that, but you probably never heard it in the context of what happens before then. And context, remember, y'all, if you've been with me any significant period of time or tuned in, I believe in context when it comes to scriptures. It's one thing to tell folks, yeah, you shouldn't wear this because the Bible say this. It's another thing to explain it in context so that people are clear on whether or not they can or can't. The context of this verse is simple, and that is it's repayment. Repayment for what? God is talking about in these scriptures how he's going to repay people according to their deeds, right? He's going to deal with Israel's enemies. He's going to deal with Israel's adversaries. He's going to deal with these folks that have caused drama, that have caused confusion, chaos in their lives. I'm really going to hurt you, Swan. That cause chaos in their lives, right? And so here's the thing. One of the things we have to understand is that if you're going to live a significant life, you got to worry less about being understood and focus on being excellent. Record this. I need you to worry less about being understood and focus on being excellent. Y'all, this is going to be a doozy today. I need you to start writing. This is going to be a doozy. I'm coming out the park swinging. I need you to worry less about being understood and focus on being excellent. Here's the reality. When you have no standards in your life, you worry about things like whether or not people like you. You worry about things like whether or not people understand you. You worry about whether or not people agree with you. You will worry about, petty things like whether or not people see things the way you see them. That's because you got poor standards. When you got real standards, you will start worrying less about being understood and you'll focus on being excellent. You'll focus on your purpose. Listen, y'all, I was telling the board, I was telling some folks, I've been talking to some folks, some members, some folks that I know supporting us, they're going to be there. And I was sharing this, me and Minister Carlos was talking yesterday. I know he doesn't mind me saying this now. I was sharing this with him yesterday. And I said to him, I'm just such in a place right now where I don't care who doesn't understand me. It doesn't matter. I don't need anybody to understand me. And it's not a statement of arrogance as much as it is a statement of knowing my purpose. When you know your purpose, when you know the plan for your life, when you've got excellence on your mind and you're dedicated to living your life in an excellent way, you can care less about people understanding you. You can care less about people agreeing with you. And many people have this challenge because you have deep down inside of you wounds that are connected to people pleasing. I'm going to say this again slow. Some of you struggle with this because deep down inside, you have wounds that are connected to people pleasing. And at some point in your life, whether it was through a relationship, maybe it was through your parents and how you were raised, I don't know what it is, but at some point in your life, you have experienced a season in your life where your validation was connected to how well you pleased others. And anytime your validation, man, this is heavy. Anytime your validation has ever had to be connected to whether or not you please other people, you will have a wound that walks with you in your adulthood that causes you to feel like the only way you're going to be good is if people like you. The only way you're going to be good is if people approve you. The only way you're going to be good is if people understand you. And so the easiest way to walk in a place, where you do not worry about pleasing others, you do not worry about pleasing, whether or not people are satisfied with you and what you do and what you ain't doing. The only way to get beyond that is to heal this wound of people pleasing. Watch this. For many of you, the first step to resetting your standard is getting over your ability to please people. Oh, it's quiet on this live today. I'm going to say it again slow. For many of you, the first step to resetting the standard in your life is getting over the need to please people. Because you can't have standards if you want to please people. It ain't going to work. I don't care. Your business won't have standards. If you're more interested in your business pleasing people, well, I gotta honor my customers, don't I? Yeah, you do to an extent. But I was working with my little cousin last week on her business plan. So excited about her. She's trying to launch a business and do some things. And one of the things that I told her is, you don't go out here and try to convince people to buy into your product. That's not the first step in establishing a business. What you do is you identify who your business is for. And the reason you identify, this is powerful. The reason why you identify who your business is for first is so that your business is set up to target those that want your product versus being set up to please everybody. Because a business that is established with no targeted customer base will be a business that will do things to try to please everybody. And a business that does things to try to please everybody eventually will please nobody. Y'all ready for the word? If you live your life trying to please everybody, eventually you won't be pleasing nobody. Why is it so quiet on this live this morning? Y'all hit me with a heart. Say amen, do something. Are y'all listening to the old man? See, many of you are struggling with pleasing people, or you're struggling with being satisfied in your life because the reality is you're wasting too much time trying to please everybody. You got to know who you for, and you got to know who you ain't for. You got to know who with you. You got to know who ain't. You got to know who you vibe with. You got to know who you don't. Watch this. And you got to be good either way. I'm losing track. The third book I believe I wrote, 7 Traits of a Trailblazer. One of those traits is being comfortable in your own skin. See, when we talk about innovation, inspiration, even this hybrid church model that we're going into, I've done the research. There are less than 10 official hybrid churches in the country. Less than 10. You can't walk in a space like this where you challenge traditional systems and say, listen, we're going to be in a building two Sundays. We're going to be virtual 2 Sundays. You can't walk in a space like that if you're looking around wondering what people think. Trailblazers don't live in that space. And see, many of you are struggling in your life. Some of you, your biggest stress is coming from trying to please people. And I'm telling you, life feels a whole lot better when you figure out who you for, you figure out who you ain't for, and you live with that. Listen, y'all, a friend to everybody. I need y'all to put this in the comments because I don't feel like y'all hear me today. Maybe my mic ain't on. Am I muted? A friend to everybody, put it in the comments, is a friend to nobody. A brother to everybody is a brother to nobody. A sister to everybody is a sister to nobody. A business owner to every customer is a business owner to no customers at all. This concept really applies to everything. And you've got to get so comfortable in your skin where you worry less about people understanding you. And let me tell you what people are going to hit you with. Man, this is good to me. Let me tell you what people are going to really hit you with when you really grasp this. When you really grasp this concept for real, This is what people gonna hit you with. When you grasp the concept of understanding who you for, who you not for, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, when you really grasp this concept, this is what people gonna hit you with. People gonna hit you with this thing like, oh, so you changed. Or the classic one. Oh, so you think you better than us? No. See, what happens is anytime you redefine standards and boundaries in your life, it always offends the people that are no longer benefiting from them. Can I help y'all? Some people mad in your life, not because you did something wrong. They mad because your changes no longer benefit them. Man, I quit. I quit. Y'all not ready for this word today. Y'all not ready for me. See, some folk are mad, not because you blessed. Some folk are mad because your changes now no longer benefit them. So they got to try to figure out where they're going to fit in. And guess what, y'all? That ain't your job. It ain't your job to figure it out for them. And it ain't your job for you to worry about it. That's the real reason why some folk upset. Some folk really upset because they can't figure out how your life changes have impacted them and how they're going to fit in your life changes. That ain't your problem. Reset the standards in your life. Reset boundaries in your life and let folks figure it out. Because at the end of the day, when you know what you for and know what you ain't for, when you know what you stand for and what you don't stand for, when you know what your standard is and what you know what your standard ain't, then you just walk into that. You walk into it. You gotta I like that song. You have to reset the standard. You gotta reset the standard. And the crazy thing is, I've discovered that when you reset your standards, you really figure out who's for you and who's not. Because I've discovered this, that at the end of the day, when somebody's really for you, they're for you, even if what you're doing doesn't benefit them. I'm going to say this again slow. When somebody's really for you, they for you, even if what you're doing don't even benefit them. Listen to me. When somebody's for you, they are for you, even if they're being for you doesn't benefit them. See, so many of you are used to people saying things like, yep, I love you. But then when you don't like them no more, they no longer love you. Well, the reality is they never loved you in the first place because love ain't conditional. When people are really for you, their being for you ain't predicated on whether or not they always agree with you. Man, I quit. Man, this is just too much. Are y'all listening to me? And this is resetting your standards. Oh, put this in the comments. Oh, put this in the comments. Resetting your standards is an easy way to remove sometimey people from your life. It's a mouthful to type. I want you to type all of it. Resetting your standards is an easy way to remove sometimey people from your life. Oh, this is a super word for a super Sunday. Resetting your standards is an easy way to remove sometimey people from your life. If you don't believe it, reset the standards in your life, reset the boundaries in your life, and watch how people react. Watch how people respond. Watch how people navigate around you. Watch how people start looking at you. Watch how people start approaching you. Watch how people start dealing with you. Just reset your standards and then watch people. And then I discovered, Sister Ashley, you figure out from the jump if people was really for you or if they was really there just for the ride. If they were really just there to get from you what they could get and whatever they needed to get. Y'all are wasting too much time trying to make people understand what their spirit can't comprehend. And I've discovered this, that when you reset standards in your life, God then surrounds you with people who get you. I want you to put this in the comments because I'm getting ready to put a word in y'all's life that's getting ready to bless somebody. This word is probably for about 19 or 20 of you. I want you to type this in the comments. God is about to send people in your life, in my life, who get me. Put it in the comments. If I'm talking to you, I want you to type it in the comments. God is about to send people in my life who get me. Because this is what I discovered. When you reset standards in your life, for real, and you authentic with them, he sends people who authentically get you. He sends people who authentically understand you. He sends people who authentically support you. See, y'all been trying, you've been trying to convince people to get you who don't understand your standard. And all you've been doing, y'all, I'm just in my introduction. We're not going to make it today. All you've been doing is trying to waste time. You have been wasting time trying to convince people to get you who don't understand your standard. And you got to stop that. God's about to send people in your life who get you. And when he sends people into your life who get you, you're going to understand that when it comes to walking in your standards, you ain't going to have to do a whole lot of explaining. See, the reason why many of you are doing a lot of explaining to the people in your circle is because you got the wrong people in your circle. I quit. I don't even want to teach anymore. I've given you enough for us to pray, do an offering, and go home. Y'all not listening to me today. Either y'all mesmerized by this word or y'all sleep. Listen, many of you have been breaking your neck explaining stuff to people and you frustrated, but it's because you've been explaining to the wrong people. Because when you got the right people in your circle, when God sends the right people in your life, when standards have been reset in your life and you're true to your standard, man, he sends the people who get you. He sends the people that get you. So watch this. Woo! If you're in a season of your life where you're surrounded by people who don't get you, one or two things are wrong. I'm about to run around this house. Listen to me. If you're in a season of your life where you are wasting your time trying to explain yourself to people, one or two things are wrong. Number one, you either have the wrong standard in your life, meaning you don't have an authentic standard in your life. What your purpose is really isn't your true purpose. It's your put on purpose. Some of you are working jobs, not because you want to do it, but you're doing it because you've got a degree in it. That ain't true purpose. Okay. A lot of people that I know are walking in their purpose and passion, and their degrees don't even match their purpose and passion, or some of them don't even have degrees at all. Right. So number one, either you're not in your true purpose, or number two, and this is the big one, you just got the wrong people around you. This is for all of you that's wasted all of this time trying to explain this. Well, I want to make this move, and this is why I want to do. You know what I discovered? I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. You know what I discovered, especially in this season of my life? You know what I discovered? I discovered in this season of my life that when you really in your purpose, man, God makes it easy for people around you to get you. He makes it easy for people around you to get you. And some of y'all are struggling trying to get people to get you, and it is because you ain't even being true to you. And it's impossible for people to get you when you're not even true to you. Are y'all listening to the old man? When you true to you, then he starts sending authentic people around you. Guess what, y'all? You ready? I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but the reason why a lot of y'all are dealing with a lot of fake people is because deep down in your core, you being fake to you. You being fake to your own purpose. You being fake to your own standards in your life. You being fake to your own life assignment. You out here executing other people's assignment for your life. Why? Because you're too afraid of what they're going to think about you going after your assignment. You're too afraid of what they're going to think about you going after your purpose. So God says, as a reward, because you don't even want to be true to your purpose, I'm going to put people in your life who ain't even true to you. I quit. I don't want to even teach anymore. We're going to dismiss. I don't even want to teach this anymore. See, many of y'all get on my nerves because many of you are praying and asking God to remove fake people from your life, but you have yet to ask him to give you the courage to be authentic in your calling. So why would God put pure people in your life when you ain't even being true to who you are? I'm gonna wait because it's quiet. Y'all not talking to me. The chat line quiet. I'm gonna just shut the chat down. I'm gonna just shut it down. Why would God send you real people and you ain't even true to who you are? You're not even true to your purpose. You're not even true to your calling. You're not even true to what God called you to be. This thing clicked 2 weeks ago. Zaya, I'm gonna make it work for you because you decided to be true to who you are. Watch this. For all of you that made a decision in the last year to be true to who you are, true to your purpose, I want you to type in the comments, God's about to make it work for me. Rehab. If this was the 15th, y'all would be taking laps around the building. Put it in the comments now. God's about to make this work for me. This ain't for everybody. This word ain't for everybody. But this is for those of you that's bold enough to live your life with standard. Maybe the standard is starting the business that you know you got a passion for. Maybe the standard is living in a place that's going to satisfy your short-term and long-term goals. Maybe the standard is dating people who make you happy, not people who your friends approve. Y'all don't want me to get in your business today. I'm here to tell you, if you are operating in your purpose, God's about to make this work for you. I don't know what your this is, but y'all better listen to me today. God's about to make it work for you. Why? Because he's in the business of sending authentic help to authentic people. Man, I quit. I don't even want to teach no more. It's too much. It's too much. I'm not even being arrogant today. This is too heavy. I know I'm in everybody's business today, Swan. This is too heavy today. God is in the business of sending authentic help to authentic people. Can I be clear with y'all? God really reminded me 2 weeks ago. He said, listen, Zeb, he said, there's some things you tried that failed. And the reason it failed was not because your heart wasn't right, per se. It failed because you weren't even really true to your true purpose, your true calling. So he said, I surrounded you with people who liked you, but they really weren't authentically for you. And so I'm here to tell you, God sends authentic help to authentic people. Don't expect nothing authentic to happen in your life if you ain't even being true to who you are. If you're not even being true to your own purpose. If you're not even being true to your own plans for your life. Y'all begging God for the wrong things. You got to stop that. He sends authentic help to authentic people. And some of you are going to get out of this space of having to deal with fake folks when you stop being fake with yourself. And I get it. Let me talk back about me, because it's easier to talk about me than it is about y'all. So let me talk back about me. And I'm being honest with you. Imagine somebody who's grown up on the first pew of the church, literally. Third generation PK, third generation pastor, PK, grown up on the front row of the church, literally. Having a revelation about creating a hybrid church so that the ministry can reach more people in innovative ways, and completely walking away from a model of being in the building every week. You think that's easy? For most people, it ain't. For me, the initial shock was like, wow. But then it was like, wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. Who have you been called to be? And who have you been called to lead and empower? And then all of a sudden, folks from all over the country start coming from everywhere. Wait a minute, hold on. And then God says, see there, when you true to you, I'll be true to you. That's right. Pelham all day. Pelham in the house. United Holiness Worship Center. Proud home church. God said, when you true to you, I'll send people true to you. That's what trailblazers do. That's what authentic people do. And I'm telling you, maybe your decision ain't regarding no ministry. Maybe your decision is regarding your career. Maybe your decision is regarding leaving a place you've been working for 16, 17 years and you fully vested to leaving and going into a career or starting a business that completely aligns with your purpose and trusting God. Listen to me. If you're true to your purpose, God will send you authentic help. Y'all don't like the way I'm talking. If you are true to your purpose, God will send you authentic help. And listen, y'all, if I could just testify real quickly on this Super Sunday, there were times during this last 2 years where I began to question all of it. And then God said, if you stay true to you, I'll send you authentic help. And suddenly, people from everywhere that I had literally never even met showed up. He sent authentic help from spaces I never even been. Why? Because when God is in the business of sending authentic help to authentic people. Y'all, I could stop there. I got easily another hour's worth of notes. I'm not going to get through all of this. I'm sick. Man, I could run around my house right now. Not because of something I heard, something I've lived. Let me help some of y'all. I had a real candid conversation with a young man a couple of days ago in this space of relationships. And I had to make him understand that too. He has some relationship interest, and he comes from a certain background, and we had a very candid conversation about this, and I had to make him understand. Your job is not to choose what people like, it's to choose what you're true to. Y'all really don't want me to talk about this. Your job in relationships, friendships, put both ships in the boat. Both ships in the boat. Your job in relationships of any sort is to choose what you're true to. Not to choose what people like. And what's next week? Is Easter next week? Easter's next week, right? So this is supposed to be Palm Sunday. I'm all over the place. As you can see, I don't have no palm. I got a napkin right here. I'm going to wave this napkin as a palm. I'm all over the place on palms. But let me tell you something. Easter Sunday right around the corner, right? Can I say this to y'all? There's going to be a whole lot of people. Post pictures, Easter pictures. They're going to look nice. It's a couple. They're going to look all this stuff. But listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Relationships. Is it week after next? I'm all over the place, Sister Ashley. I really don't know. Thank you. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. There are a lot of people that's going to look pleasant in public on their Instagram and Facebook pictures, but privately going to be miserable. You know why? Because they chose a look. They didn't choose what was authentic. I discovered this. Relationships that last, marriages that last, friendships that last. This ain't the only element, but one of the critical elements that need to be included is that you choose people for you and you don't choose people for people. Why? Because God is in the business of sending authentic help to authentic people. You choose you for you, and you don't choose people for people. I know I got a lot of single people on here. Listen to me, you single folks. Listen to me. But start choosing people for you. Stop choosing people for people. Social media, Elder Misty, I'm going to steal it. Social media is the biggest cap that exists. How do you know? Because social media got this thing on there called a filter. You don't believe it? I have seen people on social media. I've seen their filter pictures on social media, ran into them in the mall, ran into them at Ruth's Chris, and was like, you the same person? That filter will cap you in a minute. Social media is the biggest filter, the biggest cap that exists. It's the biggest cap that exists. And to think that many of you are more interested. I know people. I know a young lady right now who told me straight up she had to hurry up and get married. The biological clock was ticking. She had to hurry up and get married because she needed to have kids, and she could not wait to post her husband on social media. That's why she wanted to get married. I'm not making this stuff up. Social media is the biggest cap that exists. And many of y'all, like some big old knuckleheads, are out here choosing people to try to look like something to other people. And meanwhile, y'all smiling on Easter Sunday and don't even talk in your house. You smiling on Easter Sunday, but y'all sleeping in separate bedrooms. Do y'all want me this morning or not? This Super Sunday, y'all better sow this $99 seed before it get worse. We ain't gonna get no money today. Y'all capping on Easter Sunday, but y'all don't even sit down and have dinner together. Y'all capping on Easter Sunday, but y'all don't even smash. Y'all don't want Monday night, Dr. Zeb, do you? Huh? Talk back to me. Come on, Zion. It's the truth. Why? Because it's all a cap. And many of you have chosen relationships. You have chosen friendships because of what it looks like, instead of choosing people because they genuinely make you happy. I need you in this season of your life, and I'm going to move on because y'all don't want this. I need you, Nick Watson. They don't want this. I need to raise the offering now so y'all can give before you get real mad. I need you in this season of your life to start choosing people that genuinely make you happy. Y'all don't even have the boldness to say this out loud. I'll say it. Start choosing people, start choosing jobs, start choosing situations, start choosing careers, start choosing businesses, start choosing things that genuinely make you happy. And let everybody else get in where they fit in. Because if you're making decisions based on what people are going to think, good luck with that. Whew. And I like that. Cuban Finger said, don't offer me any advice or life coach skills when you are a fraud. And I don't think she means that in the context of people being fake or phony per se, but more in the context of you can't tell me how to live my life authentically and you ain't being authentic to yours. Like, how you gonna help me live an authentic, genuine life and you not even being authentic to yours? Why? Because authenticity breeds more authenticity. God rewards authentic help to people who are authentic people. It's that simple. It's not the other way around. And you got to stop looking for genuine stuff or genuine treatment from inauthentic spaces. And how do we do it? By resetting standards. And the first standard you got to set is, I got to be true to my purpose. I got to be true to my calling. I got to be true to what God called me to do. Here's how we're going to do it. I want you to record this. Number one, I ain't going to get through all of this. I guess there's going to be a part two. I ain't going to get through all of this. Number one, all right, here's some quick ways you can easily, just some quick ways you can easily reset your standards, like real quick. Number one, no more excuses in this season. This is a season of your life where you can no longer make excuses. Record this. No more excuses in this season. Stop it making excuses for people. Stop making excuses for yourself. Y'all stop. I don't want to hear no more excuse. Don't hit me with the I would go back to school, but it's too hard. I'm too old. I can't do. I don't want to hear it. No more excuses in this season. If you don't have the business, it's because you didn't want it. Oh, y'all quiet. If you don't have the degree, it's because you didn't want it. If you don't have a relationship, it's because a happy relationship, it's because you didn't want one. No more excuses. No more excuses. Some of you are in the excuse making business, and you got an excuse for everything. And you and I hear you. I hear you, because you're saying, well, Pastor, it ain't really an excuse. It's really an explanation. Let me tell you something. There's a fine line between an explanation and an excuse. You know what that line is? Honesty. The difference between an explanation and an excuse is honesty. Record that. The difference, you're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler. I ain't said it all morning. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler all week this week. The difference between an explanation and an excuse is honesty. And some of you are literally explaining stuff, but you ain't telling the whole story. You explaining, but you're leaving out parts of the story. I.e., yeah, I ain't going to go back to school because I was just too old. When the real story is you're lazy and you don't want to study every day. Well, I would start the business, but I don't have no startup capital. When the real truth is you don't want to write the business plan and do what it takes to go out and seek some funding sources to make it happen. And you don't want to work 80, 90 hours a week. Well, I would, be and get a better relationship, but I've been in this one for 26 years, and I just gotta hold on to that. I'm getting beat upside my head every day, but I just gotta hold on to that, and because God honors loyalty. Now, the real explanation is you afraid of what people gonna think. Hello, this thing going? Is this thing on? No excuses in the season. Stop making them. You are where you are, and you are dealing with what you're dealing with because you want to. And the difference between an explanation and an excuse is honesty. No, you're struggling in school because you don't want to work on your writing. You don't want to work on your test taking skills. You don't want to put in the extra effort that it takes. You want somebody to give you the degree, and you don't want to put in the work and the effort to have the degree. Oh, y'all quiet. No, it's not that people are all bad and crazy and all of your friends are always fake and phony and give you a hard time. The real explanation is that you have a bad habit of making bad decisions. And you really need God to help you with your decision-making skills so you can choose better friends in your life. Everybody ain't crazy. Everybody ain't always wrong. See, the difference between an excuse and explanation is honesty. You got to tell the truth. I was telling somebody this a week and a half ago. I said, man, listen, there's some stuff I don't even be responding to now. Look, if a person's last 8 relationships failed the same way, I'm going to go on a limb and say there ain't no way it was the other person 8 times. Keep your explanation. If your last 8 friendships split apart the same way, I'm going to go on a limb and say, ain't no way that happened 8 times in a row. We got some church hoppers on the line. You know, folks that get mad at your pastor and then you go to another church. When you get mad at folk at your church, you go to another church. Let me just go on and bust your bubble. If you left 4 churches and you left all 4 churches for the same reason, I'm going to go on a limb and say it won't all the churches. Because the difference between an excuse and an explanation is honesty. Talk back to me, Zion. Talk back to me. The common denominator, elder, is you. And let me tell you something. It's okay. I'm not here to criticize what has happened the last 4 times, what has happened the last 8 times. But let me tell you how you're going to be free. The only way you're going to be free is when you're honest about your role in it. When you say, listen, I left the last 4 places and these things happened, but in hindsight, I realized I could have handled myself better in these spaces. I could have been easier to work with. My attitude could have been better as far as I'm concerned. It could have been better. Are y'all not listening to me? See, that's called honesty. And God ain't helping nobody who ain't in the business of being honest, as far as I'm concerned. Are y'all listening to me? Talk back to me, Zion. Well, you know, I would have friends, but it's just some of you females, I'm gonna just go and say it. I'm not trying to turn this into one of my Monday Night Lives, but I gave you a relationship example. I'm gonna just go and tie this all in. I'm gonna just go and tie. Some of you females are notorious for this. You know, you females who be like, I just don't have no female friends. Like, I can't get along with females. The females just don't like me. They just don't like me. Let me put my lisp on. They just don't like me. I can't get along with females. The females just don't like me. And it's just something about me and females that we just can't get along. Hold on. Wait a minute. You mean tell me, out of all the billions of females on this earth, there ain't 2 females on this planet that you can be good friends with? And every single female got a problem with you? I'm going to say it again. The difference between an explanation and an excuse is honesty. Y'all stop. The reason why it ain't working for you is because probably there's something wrong with you. Yes, I didn't pull the Mike Tyson on y'all. There's probably something wrong with you. If you ain't got a single female friend and they all nasty and they all mean and this is the big one. They all jealous of you. Every single last one of them. Every single last female is jealous of you. Something wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. And the number one thing that's wrong is honesty. You're not being honest. And you have to be honest. People who live in excuse will die making excuses. It's that simple. People who live their lives making excuses will die making excuses. Anytime you accept excuses, you compromise your standards. And many of you are compromising your standards because you're walking around making excuses. Stop it. Stop walking around making excuses. Stop walking around compromising your standards in the name of excuses. Stop. Your Bill said, what if you got all sisters? You should be able to live with females better. You should be able to live with females better. Y'all got to stop making excuses. Anytime you accept excuses, you compromise your standard. I want you to record that. Anytime you accept excuses, you compromise your standard. I got to hurry, y'all. I got to give you these 3 points. And I got to stop because I got a hard stop at 10:20. But sometimes we honest and the females get upset. They do. Female and males. There's a whole lot of men that can't handle honesty. This ain't just a gender thing. Let me back out of that example and bring us men into this too. It ain't just a gender thing. There's a whole lot of men that can't handle honesty. And let me help y'all. There's a whole lot of men that not only can't handle honesty from another man. Watch this. There's a whole lot of men in 2022 that can't handle honesty from a woman. They can't. They don't want to listen to, they can't handle honesty from a woman unless it's their mama. And a lot of them don't even listen to her. It's the truth. It's this idea that you got to be an alpha male, but being an alpha male, thinking that you can't listen to women. You can listen to women. And it doesn't make you a weak man. You can be all man and listen to a woman. I quit. Y'all don't want this. So it ain't just women, it's men too. And a lot of y'all walking around here beating your chest like Tarzan, looking crazy, and only want to listen to men. And meanwhile, the men you listening to, you ain't getting great advice from. And TJ said it. TJ, I'm about to steal that. TJ said, sis, and if your man can't even listen to your mama, you might want to run from him. Now, I get it. I ain't got time for this because now there's a whole conversation on Instagram. I'm going to probably put this on one of my Monday Night Lives. I've dealt with this. I've dealt with masculine and feminine energy. Y'all not changing my topic, my sermon this morning, but a lot of that happens. A lot of these guys got the Jody complex. They do. And these mamas are to blame. You mamas coddle your sons. You don't make your sons work. You don't make your sons earn nothing. You're not tough on your sons. You baby your sons when they fall and hit the ground. You act like they just had a concussion when they slip and fall on the carpet. You do all of this stuff and wonder why they grow up entitled. Wonder why they grow up weak. Wonder why they grow up beating women upside the head. Wonder why they grow up and they can't take care of no family. That's why. Let me just move on. I'm not. Y'all trying to take me somewhere that y'all don't want today. Y'all don't want this. Love your sons. Don't coddle them. Kiss your sons. Hug your. My mama does. Nobody does it better than my mama. God knows my mama. I got the best mama ever. That's my opinion. You ought to feel the same way about yours. I don't care if you don't like it. I got the best mama ever. My mama loves us, but my mama also tells us what's right and what's wrong. See, you can love your sons without jodying them. Anyway. Number 2, way to reset the standard real quick. I got to do this in 2 minutes. TJ said, I'm a mama's boy and I need space. 2 more ways to reset your standard. What in the world? I need a massage or something. Look at this. Number 2, be excellent even if you're not always received. We're talking about resetting standards. In whatever you do, whatever your purpose is, be excellent even if you're not always received. I need you to be excellent in your business, your relationships, your career, your whatever. Be excellent in that, even if you're not always received. Listen, you never do things in your life for applause. Never do things in your life for applause. Somebody needs to record that. The key to being authentic is not doing things for applause. Some of you still in 2022 are still doing things so people will pat you on your back. And people will give you credit. And people will give you a plaque, a corsage, and a shout out. Never do things for applause. Why? Because if you're operating in a standard of excellence, if you're operating in a standard of a standard, y'all like that. If you're operating in the standard of a standard, then you could care less who's clapping. You're going to be excellent even if people don't receive you. Even if people, I like that word, don't validate you. Even if people don't support you, right? You're going to be excellent for excellence sake. Y'all stop doing stuff so people will applaud you, so people will clap for you. Stop. In 2022, we still got people posting pictures and taking them down because they only got 15 likes on them. So Facebook and Instagram got smart. I'm gonna just to show you how weak-minded people are now. To show you how weak-minded people are now, Facebook and Instagram got smart. Let me tell you what they did. So that people won't be offended by how many people like your picture. Now, when you post a picture, you have the option to reveal whether or not you want to show how many people liked your picture. Because it used to be, Misty Hood and 86 people liked your photo. Now it can say Misty Hood and others liked your photo. Zeb Tally and others like your video. You know why? Because people just got to be validated. People got to post stuff and got to be validated. You put a status up and that status came from the bottom of your heart. And even if you misspelled your in there, that status, as far as you're concerned, came from the bottom of your heart, and you put it on your social media and you posted it and 2 people liked it, and you say, well, I guess this ain't impact nobody. You take it down. Like somebody crazy. And you don't even realize the 2 people you impacted could have very well saved their life. Y'all, I'm telling you, man, this time we in, people do crazy stuff to be validated, boy. Crazy stuff. And social media feeds it. Okay, y'all gonna take down pictures now. I guess we got too many people taking down pictures, so let's give you an option. You ain't got to reveal how many people like your photo. We'll put one name out there and we'll say others. Others. Zeb and others like your photo. Basic. That's real basic. Y'all stop that. Be excellent even if you ain't received. Have a standard even if you ain't received. Have goals and purpose even if people don't agree with it. Latch on to it. It's okay. But you got to stop doing stuff to be validated by other people. Stop that. Okay? Excellence, I've discovered this. Record this. Excellence will attract the right people and right surroundings. Excellence will attract the right people and right surroundings. Excellence will attract the right people and the right surroundings. Find your purpose and be excellent at it. I don't care if you got a catering business and you got one customer. Be excellent with that customer. That might be a repeat customer, and that might be the customer God have you to have for the next 6 months, and he just give you one customer. You treat that one customer great, and you give them Chick-fil-A customer service. Excellence will always attract the right people and right surroundings. And many of you can't get more because you ain't excellent with what you got. You can't get better jobs because you ain't excellent at the job you got. You can't get better friendships because you ain't excellent with the ones you got. Excellence will always attract the right people and the right surroundings. And the standard of excellence is not measured against what people think. It's measured by your ability to be authentic to your purpose. Excellence ain't measured by how many people you got. Excellence is measured by how authentic you are to your purpose. I told y'all, I'm not going to have a building with 20,000 people. I'm not. I'm going to have a building with a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand one day, but it's going to be people that are locked into the authenticity of my calling. That's it. I'm good with that. Some of y'all are out here doing stuff trying to get people and measure your excellence by people instead of measuring your excellence by the authenticity of your calling. I don't care what it is, what your business is. You will never get more until you're true to what you got and excellent with what you got. Excellence will attract the right people. How do we know? The Bible says that your gift will make room for you. Here we go. And bring you in front of great men, which means when you're true and authentic to your calling, your gift will do the work. Your purpose will do the work. You know, the plans and the purpose that you have for your life, that'll do the work. You out here breaking your neck trying to make connections. I don't even have business cards. So when I meet people, they be like, you got a business card, Doc? Number one, I'm good with Doc because I'm a real one. But I hate when people call people Doc and they ain't a Doc. I'm sorry. It's a pet peeve. Go to school if you want the title. But I don't even have a business card. So when people want my contact stuff, I have to give my email address or something, or give them, Swan's information or whatever. Give them Swan's email address. I only have business card because I do what I do to be authentic, not to be connected. I don't care nothing about that. When you true to your calling, the right people come into your life. You just do the work. And some of y'all are out here letting social media cap you and do all of this stuff, and you minimize your authenticity because people aren't responding to you. And you got to worry less about being received and less about being liked and less about being praised and less about all of that stuff, and worry more about being authentic. There are times, and you're talking to somebody, my statuses get shared hundreds of times a week. But there are times I've posted statuses that were just bomb statuses that came from the depth of my soul, had 20 likes, 6 shares. I didn't take it down. Them 6 shares probably saved somebody's life. Help somebody somewhere. Y'all stop that foolishness, man. You don't need nobody to validate what you do and what you post and what you say and how you move. When you're true to you, when you're authentic to you, when you have a standard. And many of you need the validation because your standards are poor. Your standards are trash. And because your standards are trash, you need that support. You need somebody to high five you. Woo! That's a good status, child. Woo! That's a good man, child. Woo! That's a good business, child. Woo! Now let me go back to my list. That's a good business, child. Woo! That's a good career, child. Woo! That's a good relationship, child. You need that. I don't need none of that. If none of you ever high five me, I'll look in the mirror and high five myself. Why? Because when you're excellent, you realize you ain't gonna always be received. When you got a standard and you true to your standard, you ain't gonna always be liked. When you got a purpose and you true to your purpose, you ain't gonna always be liked. So what? God will send people who authentically like you, and you will be okay with that. And as far as I am concerned, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. As far as I'm concerned. I mean it. Here's the third way to reset a standard, and I got to stop. I'm out of time, but I'm definitely not out of word. I got another hour and a half worth of word notes right here. I might have to scale this stuff back for y'all. Y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want this. Here's the thing. Here's the third way to reset your standard, and I'm done. The third way to reset your standard is to refuse to settle. I ain't got time for this. The third way to reset your standard is to refuse to settle in any area of your life. You don't have to put in any area of your life. That's given. In any area of your life, you got to refuse to settle. Period. Careers, jobs, relationships, money, business, goals, health, homes, whatever you want, whatever you desire, whatever you got to refuse to settle. Life changes when you refuse to settle. And some of you are struggling to set standards because all of your standards have an element of settling involved. You couldn't get the man you want, so you took the man you could get. I'm going to say this again slow. You couldn't get the man you want, so you took the man you could get. You couldn't get the job you want, so you took the job you could get. Couldn't get the house you wanted, so you took any house. You couldn't get the career you wanted, so you took any career. What did I say wrong? Did I say something wrong? Leslie Perez, did I say something wrong? Many of you have literally lived your life settling. Your whole life is a collage of settling decisions. That's it. All you've literally done is settle your entire life. And I'm here to tell you, you can't have a standard when your life is filled with decisions that are nothing more than settling choices. I like that. She said a low-hanging fruit. I'm with that. When people settle, all they're doing is getting the fruit off the bottom of the tree. Rehab, I taught them something a few years ago. I can't wait to talk about this a little bit more when we open back up. I talked to them a little bit about low-hanging fruit and how to get the high-hanging fruit. And one way you get the high-hanging fruit is not by climbing the tree, but shaking the tree. Rehab, y'all remember that Sunday? Y'all running everywhere, folk falling out. You shake the tree. When you shake the tree, the high-hanging fruit, when it's ready, it falls off the tree. And if you shake the tree and the high-hanging fruit don't come, it means it ain't time for it to come off the tree. So you don't settle for what's at the bottom because the high-hanging fruit ain't came yet. You shake the tree until it's ready. What's shaking the tree? More than just praising God, it's preparing yourself. You want a good man? Stop selling for the low ones and prepare yourself to get a good one. You want a good woman? Stop selling for the low ones and prepare yourself to get a high one. You want a good job? Stop selling for the low ones and prepare yourself to get the big one. I'm done. I'm gonna just stop right here. I don't want to teach anymore today. I'm just gonna stop. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch this whole sermon today. This bless anybody? I will pick up here next week. It is my daughter's gymnastics week tournament next weekend. So I don't know how I'm going to do this, live tape, whatever. I have no idea. But I will be back with part 2 next week. We will start here. I've got so much more to go. This may be a 3-part sermon series. This bless anybody today. If it did, fill it up with hearts. I'm definitely out of time and not out of word. I fill it up with hearts if it did. I'm telling y'all, you have to prepare. In my best Mike Tyson voice, you've got to prepare for the fruit that's at the top and stop selling for the stuff at the bottom. Y'all stop. You've got to prepare for the fruit that's at the top and stop selling for the stuff that's at the bottom. Y'all stop that, because until you do, all you will do is be walking around here with baloney thinking you got steak. That's in every area of your life. Yeah, it's harder to get that fruit at the top. It's harder to get to that fruit at the top. That's exclusive fruit. It's harder, but you got to stop selling. I got to stop. Type in your prayer request, y'all. I got to go. I'm not out of time. I'm out of word. I'm way over. I've got to walk out of my house in 12 minutes. All right, quickly. You got a prayer request, I want you to type it in the comments today. I believe this word was too much for a lot of y'all. Y'all pray for me. If you were offended, oh well. But I want you to type your prayer request in the comments today, quickly. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for your prayer request. I want to pray for everything concerning you today. Email your prayer request. If you've got a prayer request you can't type in the comments, email your prayer request to info@rehabcc.org. That's info@rehabcc.org. Put in the subject line prayer request. And that email will be routed to my personal address, and we will be sure to respond to your prayer request every morning at 4:40 in the morning. I'm up. I pray over your prayer requests. I pray over the things concerning your life. And I want you to know that I'm praying for you. Yes, I get up at 4:40 in the morning, Monday through Friday. I'm up and I pray over your prayer requests right before I work out. And I want you to know that I'm praying for you. I am yet praying for you. Prayer doesn't cost a single thing. And I want you to know I'm praying for you, your family, your situation, your circumstances, whatever it is that's happening in your life. Listen, y'all, type in your prayer request, email your prayer request, connect your hands like this as a sign of symbol of faith. Let's move. I want to pray with you right now. After you've typed your prayer request, I want to pray with you right now. We're going to pray together on this live really quickly, that God would continue to grant favor concerning your life and your situation. Let's pray. Father, in Jesus' name, thank you today for your word. Thank you for this time of sharing you've given us. I pray something was said, done, that has encouraged somebody, that has empowered somebody in a special way. Help us, God, to walk in confidence, knowing that when we set standards for our lives, that you bring authentic things to our lives. Help us, God, to be true to our purpose. Help us to be true to our calling. Help us to be true to the plans we desire for our lives, that you have set for our lives, so that we can be only us and nobody else but us in every area of our lives. Help us to be true to who we are, because we know, God, that you thrive in the authenticity of us, of who we are. You thrive in us holding on and grasping the authenticity of who we are, the authentic nature of ourselves. When we do that, that you begin to make things happen in our lives. You begin to move us from a season of excuse to a season of being honest about everything concerning our lives. Help us, God, to be honest about our purpose, to be honest about our plans, to be honest about our futures, so that we can be everything you called us to be and more. Now, for every prayer request that's come across this live, for every prayer request that's been typed in this broadcast, for every prayer request that will be typed through the replay, we lift it up to you now, God, that you would answer the prayers of your people as only you can. Make ways, open doors, meet needs, grant heart's desires in a special way. I thank you, God, for a day that is going to be filled with miracles, for a week that will be filled with miracles, open doors, made ways, met promises, granted expectations as only you can. And God, we will continue to give your name glory, honor, and praise all week long. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Listen, if you prayed with me, I want you to type in the comments quickly. It is so. It is so. Quickly. It is so. It is so. Come on, hurry. It is so. If you prayed that prayer of faith, I want you to type it in the comments quickly. It is so. It is so. Come on, type it. Every time you say amen, you're simply saying it is so. Every time you say amen, you're simply saying it is so. I want you to type it in the comments. If you prayed that prayer of faith, type it in the comments. It is so. Hurry, 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 y'all. Hurry. It is so. Now, while you're typing that, if you want to be saved today, if you want to dedicate your life to Christ, if you want to commit your life to Christ, I got good news for you. You don't have to be perfect to do it. Nope, you don't have to be perfect to do it. You may have a messed up life. You may be doing some messed up things. You might be involved in some things you're not proud of. The good news is salvation ain't got nothing to do with perfection. Don't let nobody fool you. Salvation has nothing to do with doing everything right. Salvation has everything to do with you making the decision that I'm going to give my life to Christ and let him take care of the rest. Romans 10:9 tells us that if we confess with our mouths, believe with our hearts that Jesus Christ is who he is and did what he did for us, we are saved. It's that simple. If you want to be saved today, I want you to stop what you're doing. If you're at brunch, put down the bacon. If you're in the pool, I want you to swim to the side and listen to me. If you're driving, I literally need you to pull over, because I want you to repeat this prayer of faith with me, and God wants to save you right where you are. If you're in the bed, I want you to sit up. Can't lay down. Even with your bonnet on, I want you to sit up and listen to me. I need you to repeat this prayer of faith with me, because God, with your bonnet on, wants to save you right where you are. Say this prayer of faith with me. Say this. I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. I've made some mistakes. I have some flaws. And I have some failures. But I do believe that Jesus Christ was born of a virgin. He lived on this earth just like I'm living. He suffered, bled, and died on the cross. But 3 days later, rose again for my sins. Because he lives, I can live, and I am saved. My friends, if you prayed that prayer of faith, I want to welcome you to the royal family of Jesus Christ. You have done an incredible thing. You have given your life to Christ, and it is one of the most powerful decisions you can ever make. Listen, if you prayed that prayer of faith and dedicated your life to Christ today, I want you to type in the comments, #salvation. I want you to put it in the comments quickly, #salvation. Why? We ain't trying to embarrass you. We want to virtually clap for you. We want to thank God for you making that powerful decision today. I can't tell you the amount of people that have been saved by this broadcast since we've been in this pandemic, that have been saved by this broadcast, simply by making a decision to dedicate their life to Christ. Put it in the comments, #salvation. We want to celebrate with you. We want to cheer with you. We want you to know that we are proud of the decision that you made, and that God is going to honor that. Now, I need you to find your church home somewhere. I don't care where you go. Find you a church home somewhere. Go be a part of that church home. Join a church. Most churches are open. We're one of the few churches. Well, there are actually many churches that aren't fully open in person. Now, find you a church home somewhere that you can grow, you can develop, you can continue to be around other believers, not perfect people. You don't want to be around a bunch of perfect people, but around other believers where you can continue to grow and expand in your faith. Go be a part of that ministry. Join that ministry. Dedicate your time, talent, and treasure. He doesn't want to just save your life. He wants to save your pocketbook. You need to find your ministry where you can sow seed, where you can continue to grow and develop. Go be a part of that ministry. Maybe you're listening today, and I like that somebody said in the comments, I have been saved by this church. Man, listen, man, that means more to me than anything. That makes all of this worth it. People ask why I do what I do and who I do it for. It's for that reason there. And man, that comment just blessed me. I don't know who said it, but that really blessed me, and I really appreciate that. Now go find your church home somewhere. Anybody that have accepted Christ, find your church home. Maybe some of you are tuning in, you're saying, listen, I like Rehab. I want to be a part of the Rehab Christian Center. I don't even live in Greensboro. I want to be a virtual member. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're looking for a place that you can call home and you want to be a part of the Rehab Christian Center, I want you to type in the comments, #membership. #membership. No, thank you. I mean that sincerely. Thank you. I want you to type in the comments, #membership, and one of our faithful moderators will reach out to you. They'll capture your user ID. They'll reach out to you and get some information from you. And it's that simple. One of the beautiful things about this hybrid format is now we can't just do in-person new members classes. We got to do virtual new members classes. And we're working on all of those things behind the scenes so that when we roll out in May, we've got these things in place so that we can continue to engage you in very intentional ways. And I'm excited about that. All right. And so I want to challenge you. If you're looking for a church home, put it in the comments, #membership. And we would love to welcome you, not to the largest church on the planet, not the loudest church on the planet, not the fanciest church on the planet, not the perfect church on the planet, but it is the perfect place for imperfect people. And it has the nicest people on the planet there. And I can't wait to see you, whether it's virtually or in person at the Rehab Christian Center. Listen, really quickly, it's Super Sunday. I want to challenge you to sow a super seed. Every first Sunday, we sow a Super Sunday seed. Why? It is a part of our capital campaign. As you know, we are preparing to go back into the building, and your giving now is more critical than ever as we're continuing to prepare to get into the building. And it is because of your giving that we're going to be able to do that. And so I want to challenge you today to give. If this ministry has been a blessing to you, I want you to sow a $99 seed today, a capital campaign seed into this ministry. What is it going to be used for? It's going to be used to help us to continue to get equipment, do those things that we need to be able to live stream in a high quality way, to be able to do all of those things so that we can come and be a blessing to each of you. Your giving is critical. It is through your giving that we have been positioned to be able to feed over 20,000 people in less than 7 years. We did it without loans and grants. What did we use? Tithes and offering. That's what we use. We use tithes and offering. And that's what tithes and offerings should be used for. And we have really set the trend in our city, across this country, for giving and how to bless people through giving. And it is because of your giving. So I want to challenge you to give today, and not only sow your super seed, but give your tithes, give your offering today. And God will bless you. You can give via CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. You can give through our website, www.rehabcc.org, and choose online giving, or you can text REHABWORKS to 88202. That's REHABWORKS to 88202. And you can give either one of those ways, and God will certainly bless you in a tremendous way. I want to challenge you again to give today on this great Super Sunday, and watch God bless you in a tremendous way. Now, after you've done that, I want you to like this video. I want you to share this video with as many people as you can. Tell them to go back and watch this. As you know, we always end up in series and don't mean to, but we're there. And I can't wait to see you next Sunday for part 2. But more than that, can't wait to see you this Tuesday for Life Study, 7:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be right here for Life Study. And make sure you make plans to join us right here. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I've run way over. I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. And I want you to have a fantastic week this week. And I will see you this Tuesday for Life Study. Okay? Have a great Sunday. Peace and blessings. I will see you Tuesday.
Thank you for watching the Rehab Christian Center live experience. If this broadcast has been a blessing to you and you would like to be a blessing to our leader, Dr. Zeb Talley III, you can sow a seed into his ministry by CashAPP at $Pastor ZT3. It is our prayer that this message of hope encouraged, enlightened, and empowered you to be better. Please tune in Tuesday at 7:08 p.m. for our life study experience. And as always, be blessed and have a wonderful week.